Awkward situations. You guys submitted your most awkward situations, and I will be reading them. And out of the responses that I went through, these were crazy, to say the least. So without further ado, let's just begin. I was trying to take a whiz in school, and I got caught up in a vape raid. In my school...
What? What does that even mean? A vape raid? Is that when, like, a bunch of kids go into the bathroom and they just start vaping?
There's only 3 bathrooms. I wanted to pee one day and I went to one of the bathrooms. It was locked because the janitor was cleaning in there. I went to use the other one. It was also locked because someone burnt a D on the wall and stole a urinal. What?
What?
Yo, what is going
Bro, how do you even steal a urinal? Like, genuinely.
on at your...
Because, like, most schools have, like, cameras in them now. Like, mine does. Mine has cameras in every single hallway, but, like, how do you do that?
School, bro. And the last one, let's just say I can't repeat it on this video. So I went to the first bathroom and it was open. I took a piss and me and a couple of people were suddenly jumped by the school security guards called the vape unit. Their sole purpose is to catch vapors and smokers.
So schools have that? Well, actually, that's not surprising.
They quote unquote arrested me and the other guys, and we got told on by the principal. And I had to explain that I don't vape. So they searched my bag and sniffed my mouth. And then I was in the clear. Yo, I don't know why the fuck they're sniffing your mouth, bro, but moving on. So this happened a few months ago. I went to a cafe I usually go to, and there was a new...
Getting caught vaping, if you're not vaping or you don't, low-key isn't that bad because, like, first of all, they can test for that and then just prove that you didn't do it. And even if you were accused of it, you get... It depends, but it is also put on a record, but... They can test for it, and, like, if you're not, then you have nothing to worry about.
Cashier there. She smiled and was asking me what I like to order. And me, being an idiot, I said the usual. And then we just stared at each other for a few seconds.
That's bad.
Before I awkwardly correct myself by saying, sorry. I mean, I usually get a medium iced coffee with milk, no sugar. And then she just continued doing her job, making me the coffee. And after she was done making it, she placed it on the counter and set the price to the cash register. While she was doing so, she decided to ask me how my day has been. And I responded with, yeah, it's going. And we...
Bro, that's crazy.
We just stared at each other again, and I felt so embarrassed. I quickly paid for the coffee and left the cafe without another word. That's rough, bro. I can't even lie. My name is Anthony. At the time of this story, I was in 9th grade. This happened in 2023. I was in English, and you know the class was boring as hell, so I asked the teacher if I could go use the bathroom. She let me go, but in reality, I was just going to the bathroom to text my friends to pull up so we could just goof around. And by the way, an important thing to note is that I was new to the school, so at the time, I didn't know the layout. So I pull out my phone before walking in, and I started texting my friends, and then I go into the stall all the way in the corner. And as I was reading their responses, I was just talking to myself, just mumbling their responses because I have a habit of talking out loud. They texted me saying they pull...
I like type. When I'm typing, I like say what I'm typing.
Up, so I just sat in the stall and waited. Then I hear somebody walk in and I call my friend's name. Kevin, JT, Delmer. As I'm shouting their names, the stall door next to me closes, but they don't say anything. So I assume it's just some random. It's been 3 minutes of me waiting, and I text them asking where they are. And they reply that they're already at the bathroom, and they're waiting for me. I'm confused.
He's in the girls' bathroom. Yo, that's bad.
Confused, and I think I went to the wrong bathroom. But I asked them, and they tell me that they're at the right bathroom. So I open the stall, and I go outside to check. I pass someone walking, and it's a girl. We locked eyes as we walked past each other, and she...
Imagine walking in... But how do you do that, though? Because first of all, there had to be urinals. Like, you'd notice there isn't urinals, and there's a sign outside of the restroom that says women.
He gave me a weird look. I was mad confused. So I looked up after I walked out, only to see that it was the girls' bathroom. I felt like such a dumbass, bro. You don't even...
I wouldn't show up to school for the rest of the week, bro.
And understand. I love your videos, bro. Keep up the good work. Thank you, bro. But yeah, holy shit, dude. I would have moved. I would have, but seriously though, I've never
That's
experienced
bad.
anything of that caliber, so bro, I can't even imagine how you were feeling. This one happened to me when I was giving a speech for communications. I have no feet and I use prosthetics to make up for it. So sometimes it gets uncomfortable and I have to shift around. Well, because of that, my teacher said, quote, "You have very happy feet." Like, bro, you have happy feet? What? Okay, this dude thinks he's got jokes. I swear that's how all these teachers move, bro. It's like the moment you get up in front of the class, they start cracking jokes. For a school competition, I needed to go to the restroom. I saw someone with similar shoes and pants as my closest friend walk into the stall next to me, and I decided to grab their leg to
Bro.
only realize it wasn't them. I stayed in the stall long after the person left to not know whoever that person's leg was.
Yeah, but then they look down at your shoes, and then you're like, fuck, they know my shoes. So then you gotta wear different shoes.
Just to save myself from the embarrassment. I feel like everybody's got awkward ass moments, so I can't just sit here and be
I
like,
would have just went along with it at that point, bro.
oh wow, that was so awkward, without exposing myself. So I will be putting mine at the end. Yo, Birdie, I love your videos, dude. Keep up the insane work. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Anyway, so I'm on a date with this girl and she's drop dead gorgeous. I decided to take her to the movies because she was telling me how she wanted to go see Zootopia 2 for a while. So I asked her if she wanted to go with me. We get to the scene where Nick and Judy are breaking into the Zootennial Gala, and my dumbass thinks it's a good idea to put my arm around
Isn't that the first one?
her. And I'm not even kidding you, this girl screamed at the top of her lungs in this packed ass cinema so loud that two of the employees came rushing over to see what happened, and they had to pause the movie, and we just sat there in silence for the entire day after that. What did I do wrong, bro? And now I'm not really that experienced in this field, so I can't really say this with 100% certainty, but maybe she just thought, I don't know, you guys were going as friends, or maybe she just wasn't ready for all that. I don't think you did anything wrong, to be honest. Maybe it was just some kind of miscommunication. All right, bro, so this one is basically a horror story too. Family gatherings, where there's always some random family member that appears only at these gatherings. And when you see them, they're all like, "Oh, it's been so long." Or, "I remember when I was changing your diapers." Like, what do I even say in that moment? Truly one of the scariest and awkward things of my
You just
life.
gotta like be like, you know, just like pity laugh it off.
Never recovered from the awkwardness after that. Love your videos, by the way, man. You're doing good. But yeah, first of all, thank you, bro. And this is definitely the worst shit to get hit with at the family function. Like, okay, bro, I did not need to know that you were changing my diapers. Like, I definitely could have went my whole life without knowing that. I do freelance tech support to make some extra income. One time I was trying to help this lady out with something, and she kept pulling up her nudes on her Mac by accident. I saw everything. Every old lady part you could imagine. She must have pulled them up like 4 or 5 times by accident over the course of an hour. And the whole time, her dog was just staring
You just
at
gotta act like you didn't see anything.
me, like he just saw someone get shot. Those images are still burnt into my mind, and to this day, she has not called me back for another job. P.S. There have been other times I've had old people open their computers for me, and it went straight to the hub. Holy shit. I don't know what's in the water with these geezers, bro. I guess they're just freaked out or something. Even after being a veteran of life, I don't know, I guess they still got it, bro. When I was in year 10, I finished school at 3:30 and had football training at 5:30. So I had to walk 20 minutes to get to the train home, and instantly started getting ready for training. As I had left the school, I realized I had left my jacket inside. So I checked the time and saw that if I went all the way around the school to get from the entrance, I'd miss my train. So I decided to climb the fence, which had some sharp spike bit thingies
What's so bad about a jacket? You could just get it at practice.
on top of it. As I was trying to put my foot over it, my sock got caught on the spike thing, and suddenly I was stuck halfway up the
Never mind. But all I can say is socks usually just rip.
fence, with one foot holding my whole weight and the other in being held by the spike thing. People literally walked past me, seeing me having my legs spread fully 90 degrees, and no one helped me and just walked on. That's nuts that nobody did anything. They literally saw you hanging from the fence and just kept walking like nothing was happening. Bro, that's crazy. So this wasn't too long ago, but when I was applying for colleges, I got super anxious to see what I had a good chance to get. I was constantly looking up Reddit posts and seeing stats of people that got in. I found one of those websites, I forgot which one, but it was one of those websites where you put all your information in to calculate your chances. So I signed up for it. It asked me for my address, and I thought it was kind of weird, so I put my
I ain't
friend's
doing that.
address. But I
Someone's gonna show up at your house the next day.
I hadn't talked to this dude since freshman or sophomore year. Anyways, after a month or two, I get a text from him. Turns out he got mail and promotional letters with my name on it to his house. And he was asking me why it has my name on it. And when he texted me, I was in the middle of a family function. So I was just looking through my phone trying to find the website to change the address. And he saw that I left him on red. I texted him back the stupidest response like, oh, what is that? I tried to play it dumb. I was stressing out and I couldn't even change the address through my phone. I still don't know what website it was because the one I thought it was, that wasn't it. So he's probably still gonna get letters in the future. So one time I was talking to this guy and I really liked him. And one of our mutual friends was hosting her nursing school graduation party. And we both decided to go. The party was at night and I was busy throughout the day running errands with my friends. And I remember telling them that I really had to fart, but it wouldn't come out. This is really important for later in the story. So moving on to the graduation party, everybody was having a good time when out of nowhere, I feel my vision going black and I'm getting super lightheaded and I pass out. And I woke up and saw the guy I really liked and my friends checking up on me. The girl who was graduating told me I could, the girl who, God, bro, what the? Yo, I can't read a simple sentence. The girl who was graduating told me I could go lay down in her room. So her and the guy I liked were helping me walk because I was still kind of dizzy. When out of nowhere, I began throwing up everywhere, specifically all over the guy I liked. Then I stop and everything is quiet. When I then let out the loudest fart known to mankind in front of the guy I liked. And later, I found out the reason I might have passed out is because of me not being able to fart earlier in the day. Put pressure on my artery that runs through my back. Anyways, 2 years later, and I'm now dating him. Might have been awkward in the moment, but hey, man, I'm glad this one's
it's a good memory to share, though, especially if you have kids. Be like, this is how I met your father.
Go. In 7th grade, some random girl came up to me and basically told me, you smell bad. Let me help you. And she gave me a bag of toiletries. I didn't know this girl, so I awkwardly said thanks and went on with my day. In my college years, I tried the one chip challenge and my friend gave it to me.
Dude, I did that once. I bought the one chip challenge, only one of them, for when I was in 7th grade for me and like 4 other people. We didn't even eat the entire thing. My friend, he took like probably a piece that was that big. He was crying, like not like crying, like not like crying, but like his eyes were like watering. And he was really red, and it was bad. Then he drank water, and it got worse. And like I took like the smallest piece, and it was still really bad. Like the one chip challenge is not a joke.
They told me, yo, bro, you gotta try.
It was in like late 2022. I haven't had it since then. Was it 2021? Because, yeah, that's when I started my 7th grade year.
And you know what? Why not? So I took a bite of it.
I'm a senior this year.
And then my mouth was starting to get really hot. It got so hot that I had to drink a whole thing of milk and a lot of water. After eating it, I couldn't even feel my taste buds. And then when I came back into the classroom, my friend said to me, how did you like it? And I knew...
Hey! If we get 20 likes in this video, though, I'll do the one chip challenge. I'll buy it again. I'll do it.
Damn well that I was lying. I was like, yeah, man, it was good. And if anything, it was fucking awful. It was anything but good. So I had to sit with this awful feeling in the rest of my classes. And that's when I swore to myself I would never do the one chip challenge ever again. Well, after hearing this shit, I'm not trying the one chip challenge. I don't care how many views the video's gonna get. I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. So when I was getting pizza for my family at Little Caesars, it was unknown to me at the time. But when I walked into Little Caesars, my ex was working there. So when I come in, I see...
But although if it's an ex that you're like kind of chill with, like you didn't end on bad terms, it was just kind of something you both agreed on, it wouldn't be that bad. But if it was one who like you randomly broke up with her, or she randomly broke up with you and it ended on bad terms and like you all stopped talking and then you randomly, that's pretty bad.
Her and her friend. So I go check the box to make sure that I got my order right. My parents gave me a card to go pay, and when I went to pay, I put my card on the table. No big deal, right? Well, when I went to pay on the pin pad, it kept saying that it wasn't going through. And it turns out that my dad gave me a card that expired before 2010. When I read this, I knew knew this was going in the video. 2 awkward scenarios in one is nuts. In
bad.
early middle school, we were in health class. I didn't really know anybody in the class at the time, and I had and I still have social anxiety. We were watching some video on the screen about genetics or something like that. For some reason, at one point in the video, there was something that I saw that just caught me off guard while I was watching it. I don't remember exactly what it was, but without thinking, I just shouted, "Hey, yo!" in front of the
Why would you do that if you have social anxiety?
entire class. And now everybody just turned and stared at me. And realizing what I did, I just looked down and cringed. Still to this day, I have no idea why I did that or what the hell I was thinking there. But I guess I was just used to being around my friends or something. I feel you on that one, bro. I've definitely done some shit that was so embarrassing that some people would think it was a humiliation ritual. So yesterday I was at my baseball hitting and I had to take a piss. And for whatever reason, I decided to go to the family restroom instead of the men's.
I low-key be doing that though, cause like then you get like if you got to shit, especially bro, I'll do that, cause then you get privacy. I hate shitting in a public bathroom, but if like there's like a family bathroom, I'll go in it, cause then I just get it to myself, you know. But like if I got to piss, I don't care. I'll go in normal bathroom. It's
So as I'm peeing, I hear someone knocking on the door. So I just say yeah to let them know that I'm in there. But apparently this dude didn't hear me at all.
That's happened to me before. That has happened to me before, but he didn't knock. That's the thing. I was in a stall. I was taking a shit. He just opens his door. I go, dude, and I like close the door and he just walks away. It's so awkward when it happens, bro. I think it's happened to me like maybe twice. It was once in a family restroom. He tried to open the door, but it was locked. I don't know what bro was on. It was 2 different people, obviously. 2 different separate tenants. They were like 5 years apart, but...
I hear the door unlock from the outside. So immediately I run to the door to stop him from opening it. But he was still able to open the door, just enough to see me standing there with my dick out. I wasn't able to identify who it was because the guy just opened the door and it just looked like a shadowy figure since it was dark out. But it was probably one of the coaches since they had a key to unlock the door. After that,
why would you unlock... Bro, what? If a bathroom door is locked, why are you unlocking it?
I waited in the bathroom for probably about 5 minutes, contemplating what the hell just happened before I worked up the courage to go back outside. And no one was near the bathroom, so I don't know who it was. So there's a thing I always thought was true,
No, but they know who you are.
Figured out recently that it actually isn't. I thought the book To Kill a Mockingbird was written by Abraham Lincoln. I ended up talking to my English teacher about it, and she just stared at me with disbelief. I'm in a high school
I don't feel like that's that bad though. That's not as bad as the other one.
Class, by the
but
way.
It's still...
My friends started laughing at me and I was confused. Even the teacher was cooking me. The book was written in 1960 and Abraham Lincoln died in 1865.
Yeah, like
I've never felt
years
so
before that,
embarrassed.
basically.
I don't think I should be in that class. I really wish this was a joke. Abraham Lincoln is crazy, bro. I can't even lie. I feel like it's gotta be a canon event for everybody to have some kind of moment like this. No matter if you're Albert Einstein.
Do I have an... I can't remember any awkward situations I have, but I know I have some.
Or if you're Patrick. One time, a long time ago, I got student of the month. Everybody was clapping, round of applause as we're going around. They called me up to come get my reward, and I slipped on nothing with my shoes on. There might have been like a piece of paper on the floor or something, but I just slipped and everyone saw it. And for the rest of that grade, everybody called me the slip boy. Ooh, seriously, bro? They really get on your head for slipping? It shouldn't be that serious for where you got a nickname the entire year. It's an awkward moment, sure, but you would think people would just forget about it because that's what everyone says to me. Like, oh yeah, eventually people will just forget about it. But damn, I guess there's some special cases. So this was in my sophomore year of college and I saw this girl in my class. I decided it was time to shoot my shot. So I went up to her and I started talking to her and I thought things were going pretty well. So I asked her for her number. So I text her when I get home and I make my intentions known.
Bro, this one time, this was kind of smooth. I didn't gonna lie to you. There's this one girl I liked and we were snapping and she was like telling me how she was bored. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty bored too. It was like late at night. I was camping. And I was like, well, we could play some games, but Snapchat didn't have games anymore. So I go, okay, do you have that one game on iPhone? I forgot what it was called. It was like Pigeon something or something like that. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, can I just get your number? We can play that. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, and I got it. But I never ended up telling her I liked her. I'm pretty sure she got a boyfriend. And then, yeah.
So I told her that
that was kind of smooth, though. That was smooth. I ain't gonna lie.
To get to know her more. And I asked her out to go get some coffee. About like 12 hours later, I got a text back saying that she had a boyfriend. Damn, man, that's tough. But you know what? We move. And I thought to myself, if I ever get paired with her to work in class on something, I might just be fried. And a few weeks later, we ended up getting paired together. At first, I thought it was going to be really awkward, but we just talked as normal, so it was chill. Then I saw the assignment. We had to help each other revise our papers, and I didn't think it was going to be too bad. And then when I read the paper, I was like, oh no. The paper was all about her boyfriend. So there I am, a dude that she just rejected, reading a paper all about her boyfriend and giving feedback on.
I don't feel like that's awkward. I just feel like that's kind of like heartbreaking, you know?
And you know what the craziest part about this story is? That was my story. But yeah, if you like this video, watch this one about my subscriber spooky stories on the end screen. Just click on it.
That was a good video.